something worth of, and then calculate how much is the amount left. So these practical experiences will give more insight into what mathematics is about. So, and this is a part of basic life skill. So I'll start with my presentation. So here the expectation is not, because last time we had this session exclusively for females, because females are mostly stuck with managing finances. I'm not saying that males are expert in this, but this is how the family thinks about that. Male members are skilled and proficient in taking. I think someone's mic is unmuted.
Sonali, please unmute yourself once. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll share my screen. So let me be very clear. This session is not about where to invest money. I will not be giving you tips that you put your money here, you will get lot of returns on the investment and all. It is basically what all you have and how to manage the existing funds which you have in your family. I think Dr. R. Senthil Kumar is raising his hand. Sir, is there anything which needs to be addressed?
Sir, please let us know in the chat box. We have to disable the mic feature because too much disturbance is there from other participants. Please ask your question in the chat box.
Or maybe I think he has raised his hand by mistake. I don't know. So according to a global survey, this is just about statistics about a staggering 76% of Indian adults do not understand basic financial concepts and are unfortunately financially illiterate even today. The survey confirms the financial literacy rate in India has been consistently poor as compared to the rest of the world. I think, Vikash, there is some kind of scribbling from your side on the whiteboard. Okay, so in India, still it is a male figure in the house who earns totally or more as compared to the females. When it comes to taking financial decision, females generally take a back seat, saying that, oh, I mean, my husband is taking care of care of finances, or my parents are taking. So what they do is, even if they're financially independent, everything is handed over. I mean, after taking out amount for their expenses and everything, the investment decisions or how to manage finances are left to the male members of the family. So they just think that or even if they're not working, they think I am a homemaker. My responsibility is restricted up to taking care of the kids, doing household works, and let the male members take the decision. And otherwise, I think I have many other responsibilities to handle, and this is not my cup of tea. Then at times they think I don't have knowledge about finances, so I won't be able to do it. So it is not about they won't be able to do it. It is about the lack of confidence, or at times the initiative is not only being taken at their end. And in few families, they think that we are not allowed to speak about finances. So my family members will stop if I start interfering in the financial matters. And then at times it is just the nature thinking that why should I take additional tension of managing finances or knowing about finances also, thinking that it is not my responsibility. So financial literacy is basically the ability to understand basic financial concepts and the possession of knowledge and skills required to make informed and effective financial planning decision using the available financial resources. It is the ability to manage your finances well by making the optimum use of the available financial products and resources to give you maximum benefit. So in simple terms, financial literacy is something different from financial earnings. Whatever you are earning, that is a different thing, but how do you manage those funds and how you discuss the things in the family, so that the family is also aware of whatever is happening in the on the financial ground, and then they get involved in a healthy manner to make use of the funds available. So how many of you think you're financially literate? Can we do we have an option of poll, or we can ask to put it in the chat?
Ma'am, we can put it in the chat box.
Okay, so how many of you think you are financially literate? Or do you understand financial literacy? Okay, so maximum response which I'm getting is no, we don't understand. Then how many of you are financially independent? So the poll is going on, and the statistics out of this group, a small group only, we can see that almost 40% people are financially independent. But when it comes to financial literacy, it will be hardly 1% or 2%. So that's something which is very shocking. And being into banking industry, I've seen people who have crores of rupees in their account, but still they don't know how to manage it. So that is something which we have to think about. Okay, so there is a difference between being financially literate and being financially independent. There are many people who are financially independent, they're earning well, but they don't know how to manage the existing money and what all things needs to be discussed within the family also. So I'll give you an example of a celebrity singer. She got separated from her husband, and as a divorce settlement, she received an amount of 3.6 crores, which is a hefty amount. And then she thought she'll be able to buy a house out of this money amount which she has received, and rest of the amount she'll be able to invest properly so that her expenses would be taken care of in future. So now what happened is, now if you see, if you get a huge amount in your bank account, or even if you search on Google also, how to invest this much amount. Now you will start getting a call from lot of portfolio managers, banks and everything. And this lady got a call from a portfolio manager that are saying that we will give you a guaranteed return of 24%. So she was any which ways devastated with her divorce thing and everything. So she thought that this person is coming as a blessing to me. And then she blindly trusted the person. And then what this person has advised was, you invest this whole amount, don't buy a house out of this amount, because I'll give you 24%. You can buy a house on loan, and which is just 10%. So this return would take care of the EMI amount also. So she happily thought, wow, this person has come as a magic, but there's no magic. Now it is all Google and everything, whatever you search, and then people will start calling you. So she trusted, and after a year, she found that she had a loss of 35 lakhs on the investment, and her EMIs too were getting bounced. So this came as a shock to her, and then she filed a court case and everything. And the case is still going on, and she is still contemplating to withdraw the case against the portfolio manager. But imagine a person having this much amount and still making losses, and not able to live a comfortable life. So this is where people lack. Without doing our own research, we are blindly trust. Even if we have the money, we are blindly trusting on someone and not making the judicious use of the amount available with us. So there is a big difference between financial. This lady is financially independent. She is earning her own money. She got a huge amount also, but still now she's in having losses out of this money. So Ame, before proceeding to the next slide, I request you to play a video which I have shared. So I think it is going to an eye opener for everyone, basically for females. Do I stop my screen sharing?
Hello, everyone.
So much for coming. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to help us conduct this experiment today.
We were of different ages. We were made to like stand in a line.
Now, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. If your answer is a yes, step forward. If it's a no, please step back. Here goes. Ready? Did you learn how to ride a bicycle before the age of 10? Did you learn music in school? Did you take any lessons in sports? And no, video games are not a sport, even if it has the word game in it. Did you learn how to iron your clothes while still in school? Take a step forward. If not, take a step back. If you can make tea or breakfast, not just for yourselves, please step forward. If not, take a step back.
In the beginning, I think the questions were more general. People were still going forward and backward. Questions like, it was funny to see like the cooking question. There were a lot of men who went ahead and there were women who were going behind.
Do you usually make all the household bill payments yourself? Do you know the circle rate in your area? Do you know the price of gold today? Do you know the exact breakup of your salary?
As the questions unfolded, the stark difference came out visibly.
Do you know the details of the financial documents you're asked to sign? Have you bought a vehicle in your own name without consulting anybody? Have you bought insurance policies unassisted? Do you watch or follow the budget?
Like you think you're doing okay, but then you're like, okay, these are kind of important things that I don't look at.
Do you manage your own finances and earnings unassisted? Do you know how to invest in mutual funds? Do you know the difference between a mutual fund and an SIP? Do you make the investments for your family members or your spouse? Do you file your own income tax return? Now, everyone who's in front, could you please turn around and look behind you? Initially, when you guys started moving, there wasn't such a big gap. My question is, when did this gap start to occur?
The minute the questions became about managing money, the gap between men and women became very clear and evident.
You know, women handling certain responsibilities regarding their own life, which were always passed on to someone else in the family or the men.
There was a slight unfairness I realized at that time. But at that point, it seemed normal.
I was upset. I wanted to be at the front of the line. It's like, why don't I know this? Why am I not confident enough to say, yes, I am able to understand this?
It was quite an eye-opener for me because I always depended on the men of the family to take care of my investments and, plan my future.
I felt that obviously men are more into it than women. So eventually, I did expect the gap to be there.
Over the years growing up, there were certain very traditionally masculine tropes that were assigned for him and certain traditionally feminine tropes that were assigned for me.
For women, it's practically debarred to learn to know and to focus on money.
I wish I had known from the beginning of my childhood and kind of thought about that I would be doing so much better.
Just actionable measures is what we want, really.
Thank you, Amay. So how many of you think that it was an eye-opener when it comes to females getting involved in managing the finances? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. So was it not an eye-opener for everyone?
Yes, they are commenting now. They are commenting in the chat.
Yes, I understand. So basically, now the society is getting broad-minded. Even the male members, husband or fathers, they don't mind the females taking decisions or getting involved. But I think at times we as females only take a step back thinking that I should not be involved. So even, and then thinking that my family will not allow without even discussing or without even getting into it. So I think I think now with the society becoming broad-minded, even the male members would be happier that someone is there to share this responsibility also along with the household work. So, and even I mean, when you are young, you leave everything to your parents. You think that my father is a better person in terms of taking decisions, but you don't sit and discuss also. And the knowledge remains with the senior citizen or with the elder members of the family. But what if we get involved in all such decisions right from the childhood, or maybe small decisions, so that by the time we are grown up, we should be able to take a lead in this front. So, like I was into banking. I mean, every day I used to get 2, 3 death claims, or like people getting expired at a very young age. And then when their family used to come for settlement, at times there were no nomination in the account. Females are not aware what was the salary husband was getting, what are the bank accounts and life insurance policy. So there are lot many things which needs to be discussed within the family, and say it goes for females also. They don't discuss and many things remains unsettled in case of unforeseen situations. So I would like to share my screen again. So this is a kind of self check which will help you understand how much financial literate you are. So are you able to understand basic financial concepts like compound interest, credit scores, mutual funds, etc.? Are you able to make effective financial decisions? Do you know the best ways to generate cash flow? Are you able to make effective financial planning? Are you able to manage your personal finances well? And are you able to, are you aware of the most profitable savings techniques? Do you have enough savings for your rainy days? Do you live a debt-free life? And do you know the best invest? So this is a basic, this is a checklist which I think even if I go to 2 or 3 points also, I think I am stuck here also. I don't know what does this term mean. Though I am earning also, but I am not aware of basic things which I should be knowing. So if you're not able to find satisfactory answers to these questions, then you definitely need to educate yourself as financial concepts as soon as possible. The lack of knowledge on financial literacy may lead to making poor financial decisions that can have serious impacts on your financial well-being. Hence, it is high time we understood our finances well and did better financial planning and investments for a smooth financial life. Now, I think you would be thinking, what kind of questions are these? This is too complicated. I don't understand. So, I mean, I'm not saying all of you, but most of us don't understand these things. If I come to a very basic checklist, this is something, whether you're earning or not, whether you're earning high, whether you're a homemaker, this is which these are the things which I think should be discussed in the family, because this pandemic has made us understand that life is highly unpredictable. At any given point of time, if something happens to me, then what will happen to my family, whether they will be able to take care of themselves. So we'll come to the first point. So, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the first point we'll come to is nominee in the savings account. Being into banking, I think there are many people who open salary accounts. First of all, those are the basic accounts wherein I mean they're open in bulk by the the staff who opens say a salary account. They open on an average 100 to 200 accounts in a day. They just take your signatures and you sign blindly, saying that they will just come and say sign here, sign there, and then you will do it. But most of the, and especially youngsters, they don't understand the complications and the consequences involved. If you don't have a nominee in the account, they'll just sign without looking into it whether they have asked for the nominee. At times they go back, they call you up, okay sir, who is the nominee, and they misspell nominee, or at times the nomination is left blank. So they don't understand at that point of time, but after 10-15 years also, you don't go bother and check in your account whether there is a nomination. So if I have handled lot of death claims, disease claims, wherein there is no nominee, and then when the family members or the wife comes for settlement, then our task, which can be just done a settlement in just 24 hours, it takes months, because you are now roaming around, struggling and finding for, you're running from pillars to post, to the advocates, making lot of doing lot of legal formalities, and then settling the account balance. So nomination is something very important. It is not only in your savings account, it is in your PPF account, your DMAT account. This is a very basic checklist which we at times ignore also. Then the number of credit cards you have and outstanding. Nowadays, every bank is after you that you take our bank credit card. We offer you these facilities, and at times the offers are so enticing that you end up taking more than 2-3 cards. And some if some and the problem with credit cards is it makes you very impulsive buyer. You don't think about how much you have spent, and at times at the end of the month, if you see all your credit cards, it gives you goosebumps that you don't have money to pay to the credit card people, and then you end up taking the EMI option, paying to interest to the bank. And again, in unforeseen situations, you have credit cards, your family members are not aware. Banks keep on charging lot of interest, and when it piles up, suddenly you get a notice, or bank people at your house saying that these are the credit cards, and this was the amount which was availed, which was spent through your credit card, and now you need to settle. So this is also something which is very important, and not only the male or female members, it should be known to the bank that how much credit cards you have outstanding, which maybe you can update on monthly basis in an Excel. Then there are various loans outstanding. Home loan is something I think all the family members know that we have taken a home loan because it's a big amount. But now if you see, without any signatures, without any documents, without any hard copy, you get lot of offers, personal loan offers on your credit card, loan offers on your property and everything, which you can just avail on the click of a button, and the family members are not aware. So again, these settlements are something which becomes very complicated. Then investments in different instruments, like you have taken some investment plans, you have done SIPs, mutual funds, but then the family members are not aware, so they don't. And nowadays, I mean, since the fixed deposit rates are very low, so people keep on investing in different instruments the family members are not aware of. Then your life insurance details, which is very important. If you see the statistics across India with different insurance companies, there are many life insurance cases which are left unsettled because the family doesn't know that my husband or my wife or my parents, whoever is the relative, um, they have taken life insurance, and nobody goes to settle it. And then medical insurance details. The objective is medical insurance. Supposing I am a salaried person, I have taken my company has given me medical insurance, or I have taken a personal medical insurance. Now, supposing if I meet with an accident and the details are only with me, and I am there in ICU or whatever, and the family members are not aware, instead of availing a very simple cashless facility or something, you end up struggling for funds, paying to the hospitals and everything. So what is the point in paying such hefty premiums to the companies when you don't get the money when it is required? And will is something which is if we speak, it will take a day's time to speak about will, which is a very simple thing which can be made at home also. You can take advice of your lawyer or your CA. And because see, bank account is something, bank or DMAT, you can see the balance, but there are small things in the house, like you have jewelry. So you can write the name of the members, like I want to give this to this person, X person, give this furniture to this Y person, a small land also. So a will is something because, I think it is always advisable to have separate will for both the spouses. Then contact details of CEO or investment managers. Now, since most of the people are earning, they don't have time to invest, so they keep a portfolio manager, or the investment details are left with the chartered accountants or the investment managers, so they know most of the things about your investments. So the contact details, if it is always better to keep the contact details of your investment managers or CA with your family members, so that just in case if something happens, they can approach. So the objective of this is not only about your managing your finances, but to help your family in case of contingency situations also. And location of important documents. Okay, you have a passport, you have your life insurance policy documents and everything. But if something happens, the family members are unable to locate most of the things, or even they're not aware that you had this investment. So if you maintain a file or something and mention the storage of those documents, so at least it is very handy for the person to take care of the things if something happens. Then demat account details, because again the fixed deposit rate, savings account rates are very low. So now people have started looking for other investment options. And supposing people like who are very stock savvy, they will hardly keep a lakh or 2 lakh rupees in the savings or fixed deposit, and at times the portfolio, the demat trading portfolio is in lakhs, 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 1 CR also. So this is something, the nomination demat account details should be left with the family. Then nomination should be checked properly in the demat accounts. Now, this is a very basic point, like electricity bills, gas pipeline, property tax, house maintenance. Now, most of the things are being done online. So in most of the families, male members take care of these things. But if something happens to them, then the family doesn't know how these bills were being paid in the family. School and college fees details. This thing is also like not discussed within the family. Only one person keeps on. Now the school and colleges, they have apps, so the app is with one person, the fees is being paid. If something happens, the other person is left without any clue. Then internet banking, I'm not saying, I mean, it depends on the trust factor between the family members to share the credentials or not. But at least visit your own internet banking pages, see your profile, see everything, whether nominees are there in the savings account, your address is correct or not. At times your KYC is not updated, your address is not updated, and the important bank documents and everything goes to the older address. Check if nomination is there in your savings account. Your PPF is also online now. Your fixed deposits, at times you have nomination savings account, and then people think that nominee will be automatically updated in my other investments like fixed deposit, and which is not the case. You can have separate nomination, separate FDs and savings account. And basically you can maintain details based on the occupation, like those who are into business, they can have different they can keep on adding details, like their firms in different names. So what are the current account numbers for this particular firm, who all are the partners or directors, what is the share. So depending on your family profile, your occupation and everything, you can have different types of details which can be shared. So now if you want, for the benefit of all, I have an Excel. If you want, I can discuss the details so that we can see. I mean, you will get a basic idea how we can maintain and share it within the family. Though, I mean, still there are families wherein the details are being mentioned in a diary or in hard copy. But the problem is, if you want to update in on monthly basis, again you need to scratch, put a new column. So it becomes easier to maintain in Excel, and better if you share with your spouse or your parents, whomsoever you want to share with. You can share it on Drive. So that is, with technology, it has become very easier to have a live updation of the things. So the Excel which I'll share which can have 2 sheets or 3 sheets depending on the number of family members you want to share it with, so that you can maintain it person wise, what are the investments, and the file can be shared so that whenever you update, it is visible to the second person also. So Amek, you want me to share the Excel and I'll give you live this thing, how to fill it up and everything.
Ma'am, we have shared the Excel with the people on the WhatsApp group.
Okay, so I'll show you basically, show people how, I mean, we can maintain it and what all things we can enter over there. So I'll share it. So I wanted to know, I hope it is not getting too much boring for everyone. So everyone is able to see the Excel? Can you all see the file?
It is visible now.
Okay, so this is a basic Excel which you can maintain at your within your family. So you can maintain details about yourself, your name. So there are separate sheets. Like if it is between husband and wife, or maybe parents, you can write your name, or father, mother, whatever. So these are different sheets. You can fill it separately for everyone. And here in this table too, there is a small format of will. But maybe will, there are a lot of formats available online. You can take advice of your advocate or CA, and you can keep a simple paper will at your home. So basically, if I have to start is now you will think that it is financial planning. Now, why the details? So this is not only about financial planning; it is maintaining a contingency situation, and then you it is for taking quicker decision in any kind of situation. So the first is family doctor. You can have the name, office address, residence address, and the mobile or contact number of the doctor. So if something happens to me, so my family member should know where to contact and which doctor I am consulting. Because now everyone is so much busy with their professional life that you don't have the time to go to the doctor also together. So you are consulting and your family member is not available aware of it. Then just in case if someone is consulting through a specialist doctor, maybe a cardiologist or a gynecologist, then the details of tax consultant, your insurance agent. Maybe at times you don't have the insurance agent number also, but there is a separate column for your insurance policy details, and your stockbroker. So maybe stockbroker, you don't have the number, but you can just write and the bank name. Then these are the documents type, passport, your passport details, and it is not only for your family, but even when you fill up the passport details, expiry date. So you keep on looking at this Excel. Now my passport is in my drawer, which is locked since ages. I have not taken out my passport, especially with the COVID thing. I think since last 2 years, nobody has used their passport. So even when I was going through my Excel, I saw that my kid's passport has expired in the month of September. So this might be the case with many people. So you can refer this Excel very frequently, and you get to know what is, I mean, if it is expiring. Similarly, your driving license. I even did not know till last year that my driving license is expired, and then I had to go to my hometown and get it renewed, because 20 years is a long duration. So you don't remember in which year your driving license is going to expire. Then your credit card details, you can keep on adding columns and rows over here. So you can add different rows for your credit cards, your debit cards. If any club membership you have, you can write the expiry of the membership and all. And you can have details of many other professional things, like uh, your GST details or anything, if you want to share it within the family, your vehicle details, vehicle number and everything, your PAN number, Aadhaar card. So this becomes very handy at times. I mean, you are working in office and you're getting call from your spouse. Okay, what is your Aadhaar number? I want to do this. So you have to struggle. So if this is handy with the other person also, so I mean, it becomes easier within the family. Then again, this is I think repeated. Now the location of important documents. You have made a will, but then in whenever it is required, you don't know where the other person has kept the will. So you can write the location. Okay, it is in my middle cupboard in this drawer. And if you have nominated in your insurance policy, who is the nominee, your property records, your location of the property, birth certificate of kids or yourself, your marriage certificate, domicile certificate. So there are a lot many important documents. I think the location and everything should be known to the family, so that whenever it is required, I mean, you don't have to struggle for that. Now your insurance details. What's your, I mean, who is the nominee in the insurance, what is the policy number, if there is an agent at all, then what is the issue date, what is the maturity date, and how much premium is being paid, and what is the amount to be claimed just in case. But if you find the documents, it becomes easier to go through it. Now this comes, here is your Mediclaim policy details. If you have taken a floater policy like family policy or individual policy, you can mention the details over here. Then your vehicle insurance, at times we only forget that my insurance premium is due. So I mean, if you have a look at it, even a monthly or quarterly basis also, you get to know a lot of things, important things which you might miss. Then if you have done at all a fire insurance or a burglary insurance, or supposing a theft has happened in the family, so that you should be able to refer to the details in a go. Then your bank account details. Now many people, you can keep on adding rows if you have multiple bank accounts, and see if now if I say my bank account is 25 years old. Now with internet banking, we don't use checkbook much. But if I go to the bank and have a look at my signature, I think my signature is totally changed. So maybe bank has an option of updating your signatures also. I think Dr. Bandhu has raised his hand. Sir, you can put in the chat box just in case if you have any doubt. So we were at the bank account. Yeah. So if I go to the bank, I see my signature is totally changed. So there is an option of updating your signatures also, because it is quite common that over a period of time, everyone's signature for the flow also keeps on changing. So at times in emergency, if you have to give a check, your checks gets bounced with the reason that there is a signature mismatch, or you get a call from the bank. The very small things, but I think you need to know what is a registered mobile number. I had opened a salary account and I've left the company. The account is left like that, and after that my mobile number is also changed. So even the bank is, for example, bank sends messages to me saying that uh, a quarterly average balance, I mean non-maintenance charges has been levied and something, and it goes to my the previous mobile number, which is no more in use. So you miss important instructions from the bank, and when you go to the bank and see your account is in debit balance of almost 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 rupees, and the bank will simply say that we have sent messages on your registered mobile number. So these are small things, but which needs to be taken care of. Then again, the fixed deposit, which is very important, fixed or recurring deposit, whatever you have, you can maintain the details. I think the nominee column is again not there, but just we can add a column over here that who is the nominee in the fixed deposit. And now this is very important. Supposing I have a fixed deposit of 20 lakhs. And if I require funds, the easiest loan to get is to get a loan against fixed deposit. So I have availed a loan, and my family thinks, okay, I have an FD of 20 lakhs. But when someone approaches to the bank in times of settlement, then bank will say, okay, but the FD, there is a loan amount of 80-90% which is being taken of the fixed deposit. So you need to first repay the amount. So I think I will getting 20,000, but then there's a loan of 18 lakhs against an FD of 20 lakhs. So effective amount which is available, that is only 2 lakhs. So these all did at times, even the person who has availed the loan also forgets that there is a loan being availed against the FD. Then this is about all your demat account, your stock holdings, everything. So, I mean, now the people do online trading frequently, so it is not possible to maintain the details of all the stocks and everything on a day-to-day basis, but at least have your nominee details and everything updated. If you have a locker at all, at times the family members are not aware there is a locker, or if there is a locker also, where is the locker key kept at the house, and what all things, even you can, if you want, you can mention the type of jewelry or anything, I mean the articles which are there in the locker. Then your PPF account details, your pension account, and your ATM debit card details. So these are this is the Excel which you can fill. It has all the minute things which needs to be discussed within the family, but which are overlooked: your cylinder, your landline, your driving license details, your gas pipeline details. So this is one of the don't mingle with both the family members or 2-3 family members. You can have separate sheets so that you know, I mean, this is for which member, and this is a format of will. So I'm done with sharing the Excel. So if anyone has any doubts, I mean, we can open the chat option now.
Guys, if you want to ask any question, you can now unmute yourself and ask the questions. All right. You can now unmute yourself and ask the question.
Dr. Rakesh, you have any question? Okay, there is a question. I mean, how to secure the details in Excel? Maybe you can put a lock, or maybe you can share it over email with only your spouse. So nowadays, I mean, there are a lot of this thing. Cyber security is again an issue. But then, I mean, writing it in a diary and maintaining is again. So basically, you can save it on, share it on Drive, and then regarding antivirus and everything, it needs to be updated. Thank you, Dr. J.R. Maida. So basically, there are small things. Even we know that we have to share with the family, but then we tend to be lethargic. Okay, I'll do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. So and with COVID, though, we have seen many unforeseen situations. Anyone has a question?
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
Madam, when we have one bank account, but when we change organization, that time we require to open another bank account as per organization request. Okay. So when we have more bank account and we are leaving other organization, we should close that account or we should maintain that one. What should be your advice? When we have more than 3 or 4 bank account, how should minimum bank account? How many?
Sir, I would like to address your query over here is like supposing if you have opened a salary account, say 5 years back, and you have taken home loan at that point of time, or any kind of loan, and the EMIs are going on, or if your locker account is linked to your bank account, then it is advisable either you shift your EMIs and locker EMIs going through the account, or keep the account as it is. But then just remember one thing, that once you leave your organization and your salary stops getting credited. So every bank has different rules. Some banks, if your salary doesn't come just in the account, or some banks have said no. So salary account gets converted to normal. Dr. Septi, please, can you answer the process? Okay, so in that case, the bank starts levying non-maintenance of quarterly or monthly average balance in your account, since it gets converted to a normal savings account. And one fine day when you go to the bank and you see there is a lot of negative balance, or whatever balance was there, it has been wiped off against the non-maintenance charges. So if you don't need the account anymore, you think you are not going to bank with this bank, and there are no obligations from the account, then it's always advisable to close the account. Just keep your investment and accounts in a compact and consolidated manner, so it is easier for you also to manage. I hope, sir, your doubt is clear now.
Okay, madam.
Thank you.
One question from my side, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, it's very informative and eye-opener session really for me. I would like to ask you, portfolio manager, is it advisable or to do it by our own? What do you suggest?
Ma'am, it depends. I mean, a person who has a lot of knowledge about stocks, about mutual funds and everything, they can do on their own. But if you don't have knowledge and you end up putting it in wrong instruments or when you enter in a market, the entry point and the exit point also plays a very important role. Supposing a mutual fund which I had invested, say 10 years back, is giving an excellent result to me. But maybe when the market is very high and I have entered in the market at a wrong time, so it will not give that much returns to me. So it is advisable that you take an advice, but the advice should be on someone, I mean, whom you trust.
Yes.
And even if you get the advice, also do your homework, do your research also. If you want, go ahead and take a second opinion also, because your portfolio manager or your bank, they will at times give you advice about investing in an instrument which gives them a better return. So they are concerned about their earnings also out of that investment. So just go to, now every information is available on Google. Just go on the past records of that particular fund, do your research, consult someone else also. And Akshata ma'am, one thing I would like to tell you all is, like, as a female, we think that gold is a very good investment option, right?
True.
Okay, but हमको gold invest करना है, तो what is the minimum amount you think कि यार मैं gold खरीदूंगी तो कितने amount का खरीदूंगी?
Actually, that's really a big question, and even we are purchasing gold for investment, but otherwise it's not getting liquidated anytime. So it's just in a locker always.
One thing, when you're working, how much gold ornaments do you wear and go?
Really not much.
Not much. So people think that gold is a good investment option. हम अभी 1 लाख रुपए भी लेके जाते हैं ज्वेलर के पास, हमको मुश्किल से कोई पतले पतले बैंगल्स 2 मिल गए तो बहुत बड़ी बात है, एंड उसमें भी हम ये सोच रहे हमने इन्वेस्टमेंट कर लिया, बट वही चीज व्हेन वी गो टू सेल टू द ज्वेलर, वो उसमें से उतना 18% मेकिंग चार्जेस काट लेगा, फिर बोलेगा कि इसमें ये नहीं है, उसमें वो नहीं है, स्टोन्स का अलग से निकाल देगा, बट जब हम खरीदते हैं तब हमको हर चीज महंगी मिलती है, हम बेचने जाएंगे ना तो वही चीज बोलेंगे इसमें इतना मेकिंग चार्जेस कट गया. सो व्हाट आई थिंक इज, अभी इफ यू आर अवेयर, मेनी पीपल आर नॉट अवेयर दैट ETF फॉर्म ही होता है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फॉर्म में ऑल्सो यू कैन बाय गोल्ड, और उसमें आप 1000 रुपए भी डालते जाओ, विच इज लिंक टू योर ट्रेडिंग डीमैट अकाउंट. So if you think I have 1000 rupees spare, उतने का ETF खरीद लिया. ETF is like gold in an electronic form.
Okay.
बट स्टिल पीपल आर नॉट अवेयर, और हमको गोल्ड का इन्वेस्टमेंट करना है तो मिनिमम 50,000 1 लाख तो हम सोचते इतना होगा तभी जाके कुछ खरीदेंगे. आज अक्षय तृतीया आया तभी जाके लेंगे.
मैम, एक क्वेश्चन था मेरा अबाउट दिस गोल्ड इन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फॉर्म. कैन यू एक्सप्लेन अ बिट मोर अबाउट इट, बिकॉज पर्सनली मुझे खुद को वो ऐसा ट्रस्ट इतना नहीं लगता है, क्योंकि हर कोई आजकल पेटीएम बोलिए, फोन पे बोलिए, एवरीवन इज सेलिंग गोल्ड इन डिजिटल फॉर्मेट. तो ये क्या जो क्रिप्टो करेंसी या फिर ऐसा डिजिटल करेंसी वाला आजकल जो चल रहा है,
क्रिप्टो इज समथिंग डिफरेंट. अभी तो लेट्स नॉट गो इनटू क्रिप्टो, बिकॉज अभी तो हमको वी आर नॉट क्लियर कि गवर्नमेंट का उसके अगेंस्ट क्या पॉलिसी है, वेदर इट इज अ लीगल थिंग और नॉट. बट गोल्ड ETF, yes, it is supported by RBI. They release sovereign gold bonds also. बट वो क्वार्टरली बेसिस पे होता है थ्रू डिफरेंट बैंक्स. बट जैसे हम स्टॉक्स खरीदते, सपोजिंग मेरे को आज एसबीआई के 10 शेयर्स लेने में 10 ले लिया, आज वो सस्ता है, मेरे को लगा जिस दिन बढ़ गया रेट मैं उसे बेच दूंगी. सो गोल्ड ईटीएफ इज समथिंग आप उसको यूनिट्स में खरीदते हो थ्रू योर डीमैट अकाउंट. हर किसी के थ्रू नहीं लेना है. सपोजिंग इफ आई एम डीलिंग विद कोटक सिक्योरिटीज और आईसीआईसी सिक्योरिटीज, तो मैं उसी प्लेटफॉर्म पे जाके उतने यूनिट्स खरीदूंगी. और जब लग रहा है, क्योंकि गोल्ड जनरली लोग सोचते ही है लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट, या तो हमारे बच्चों की शादी के लिए खरीदते हैं या कुछ है, तो कीप इट इन माइंड कि उसको थोड़ा सा लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए रखो. तो उसमें क्या होता है, मेरे पास आज 1000 रुपए भी है तो मैंने गोल्ड ईटीएफ का लग रहा है कि गोल्ड आज डाउन है थोड़ा सा, मैं ईटीएफ फॉर्म में उसको खरीद लेती हूँ. जब गोल्ड का रेट बढ़ेगा मे बी रखो उसको 10 15 20 साल के लिए, बिकॉज गोल्ड कोई भी शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए नहीं सोचता.
Ma'am, I am having a question. Can I ask? This is
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Subhash. Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, I purchased a sovereign gold bond. I think it is almost 5 years now. Every year I get some interest on that, but that is very nominal. So what is your thought process about that? What is your
The interest which you get is, I guess, 2% only, which is a very nominal account. Yes, you rightly said. But gold का वैल्यू जरूर हमेशा बढ़ेगा सर. सो जब आपको रिडीम करना है तो हमको गोल्ड का वैल्यू मिलेगा. इंटरेस्ट इज लाइक वो तो ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से एक उस पे मिल रहा है, बिकॉज दे वांट पीपल टू इन्वेस्ट इन द ईटीएफ फॉर्म.
Okay, so that means this sovereign gold bond, is it advisable to go for this kind of bond?
बेसिकली वो होता है ईटीएफ आप खरीद रहे हो, उस पे एडिशनल 2% बस नहीं मिल रहा है हमको गवर्नमेंट से. अदरवाइज वो ईटीएफ प्लस 2%, उसमें सिर्फ एक वो बेनिफिट रहता है सोवरेन गोल्ड बॉन्ड्स में.
Okay, so that means that is a better one to go for instead of ETF.
See, I am not an investment advisor. No, I am not saying it is. See, ETF का option sir, it is available with you every day. आज गोल्ड का रेट डाउन है, बट सोवरेन गोल्ड बॉन्ड जब रिलीज होगा, it is hardly for 3 to 4 days.
But ma'am, can we convert that ETF into pure gold?
No, sir. You have to sell it online only on the platform.
So there is no chance of getting the gold instead of the certificate by selling that certificate.
It is electronic form, so you are doing all the trades electronically.
So then, what my question here is that getting hard gold and getting a certificate ETF, buying a ETF. So there is a difference. Suppose if I am buying suppose like we buy in Dhanteras, we buy gold. So that time if we buy ETF, so I am not getting physical gold in my hand, na?
No, sir. That is the meaning of it in electronic form.
Okay.
So gold का रेट जैसे जैसे मार्केट में अप और डाउन होता है, वैसे अप एंड डाउन होता है.
So there is no liquidity of that ETF. You are saying I cannot convert that into gold.
No, liquidity in the terms you get money against that account amount which you have invested.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for that.
बट सर वो ये ना फिजिकल है तो आपको लॉकर में रखने जाना है या घर पे रखा तो थोड़ा सा टेंशन है.
What happens, ma'am? What happens? The reason I'm asking you this question because sometimes we are having certain rituals, na, that we have to buy gold.
Sir, अभी तो बहुत सारे लोग, I mean, I'm not going against any tradition. अपना डीमैट अकाउंट का लॉगिन करके ऐप खोल के और भगवान के सामने रख दो.
No, that you're rightly said. I totally agree with you. But what happens is they only understand physical gold. They don't understand the ETF. Even if I give to somebody that ETF certificate, that person is saying where is the gold. So my only worrying factor here is that I'm buying the ETF, but physically I'm not able to get that gold.
देखने का होता है वो नहीं मिलता है. That's it.
हाँ, yes. Thank you, ma'am.
अभी वो है ना, आप किसी को गिफ्ट कर रहे हो, आप उसको 500 का नोट दे रहे हो या उसको पे करके 500 ट्रांसफर कर रहे हो. That is the difference.
Yes, ma'am. That I understood your point.
Madam, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Madam, for a medium class or any other people have tax because of that high income and all that. So which one is better, taking many more tax exemption or paying tax? Which one is better? What you feel or what is your opinion on that? Because we have so many tax exemption and we require to do that like NBS and so many. So which one is better one? We should take all deduction or how?
So
what is your opinion?
I made it very clear that this is not a session to advise on investment or to advise on tax, or because that is not my profession. It was basically a financial literacy thing. So any kind of decision if you have to take, please consult your CA, because there are lot many things to be looked upon when you take any kind of decision about tax saving or doing something related to your taxation.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, can I ask you my question?
Yes, please go ahead.
Ma'am, can you please tell me an application that is मतलब कि वो एकदम से मतलब कि सिक्योर हो, जिस पे कि हम अपने गूगल प्ले अकाउंट में इन्वेस्ट कर सकें? मैंने अपने किसी दोस्तों से भी पूछा था, पर लेकिन वो कहते हैं कि तू अभी से क्या करेगा इन्वेस्टमेंट करके। तो मैम, सो मैम, कैन यू प्लीज टेल?
What is your age?
मैम 13 years.
13 years. So आपके फ्रेंड ने सही बोला, अभी इन्वेस्टमेंट आपको जो भी डिसीजन लेने हो, मे बी आपको ऐसा लगता है कि मैं अच्छे से इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकता हूँ, बट प्लीज यहाँ पर ऑब्जेक्टिव यही था, जब हम बोल रहे हैं कि हस्बैंड को अपनी वाइफ को इन्वॉल्व करना, वाइफ को हस्बैंड को, या अपन यंग है तो अपने पेरेंट्स को इन्वॉल्व करना, पेरेंट्स को बच्चों का। सो कोई भी चीज करना है तो प्लीज आई वुड एडवाइज अपने मम्मी पापा से कंसल्ट करिए। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपको इन्वेस्टमेंट जो करना है वो आपकी पॉकेट मनी से करना है या आप खुद अर्न कर रहे हो, बिकॉज आजकल छोटे छोटे बच्चे भी बड़े बड़े एंटरप्रेन्योर्स बन चुके हैं।
मैम जैसे कि मैम बहुत सारे यूट्यूबर मैम गिव अवे करते हैं ना, तो हमने उनके रिडीम कोड रिडीम कर करके हमारे पास 150 कलेक्ट हो गए हैं।
अच्छा, तो बेटा उसके लिए फिर अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ आप कंसल्ट कर लीजिए कि कहाँ करना है। और अभी आई थिंक इफ यू आर स्टडीइंग एंड अगर आप अर्न नहीं कर रहे हो तो इट्स द टाइम टू फोकस ऑन योर स्टडीज।
ओके मैम।
बट आई वुड ऑलवेज एडवाइज कि घर पे जो डिसीजन होते हैं, कभी कभी जाया करो मार्केट में मम्मी पापा के साथ, देखो किस चीज का कितना भाव है। अगर मम्मी ने 130 रुपीज देना है, 200 रुपीज दिए, तो शॉपकीपर ने कितना रिटर्न करा है, डू कैलकुलेशंस लाइक दैट। ठीक है। So good to see kids also getting involved in such sessions. Any other question?
Yes, madam. I want to ask a question. Can I?
Yes, sir.
मैडम हमारा बिजनेस है डाइज एंड केमिकल्स का, 40 years old, और हम लोग कई जगह पर काम कर रहे हैं। अभी 10 साल से हमने जयपुर में भी काम किया हुआ है, 3 साल से एक फर्म में मुझे इंडिपेंडेंट प्रोप्राइटर बनाया हुआ है। लगभग 15 करोड़ के आसपास का टर्नओवर है। लेकिन मैं देखता हूँ एट द एंड ऑफ द ईयर हम कुछ सेविंग नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, ना कुछ ऐसे इन्वेस्टमेंट कर पा रहे हैं। तो अभी जो आपने बात शुरुआत में बताई थी फाइनेंशियल इंडिपेंडेंस और फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी के बारे में, तो इसके बारे में एक जैसे डिटेल में अगर आपसे क्लास लेनी हो अलग में बैठ के, तो कैसे ले सकते हैं? कुछ आप अपना कोई कॉन्टेक्ट नंबर दे सकती हैं हम अलग से आपसे?
सर अगर इफ इट इज आई मीन डिस्कशन अबाउट वेयर टू इन्वेस्ट, कैसे करके मनी ग्रो करना है, सो आई एम नॉट अ फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर। आई कैन गिव यू ओनली बेसिक।
नहीं, मनी ग्रो करने नहीं, मतलब अभी बेसिक जो आपने बात की ना फाइनेंशियल, अभी आपने एक एग्जांपल भी दिया था कोई एक्ट्रेस का, तो मुझे लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी की कमी है हमारी पूरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में।
अच्छा,
तो उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा एक डिटेल
मे बी अमय के थ्रू और मे बी MIT कॉलेज के थ्रू वी कैन हैव अ सेशन with your employees, so whatever Amay advises.
What,
Yes,
madam?
definitely. Sir, you can connect with us. Let me drop my number in the chat box. You can connect with me and we can definitely organize something.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Any other question? Thank you, Mr. Suresh Chandra. So if you have any basic questions, also don't think that yeah, इतना stupid सा question है. No question is stupid because जब तक हम खुद वो चीज experience नहीं करते life में, हमारे दिमाग में वो सब चीजें आती नहीं है. इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसा है कि पहले मुझे भी म्यूचुअल फंड्स और एसआईपी का डिफरेंस ये वो मैं खुद भी ज्यादा जानने की कोशिश नहीं करती थी कि ठीक है घर के लोग तो बाकी सब कर रहे हैं, बट ठीक है, स्टिल आई वाज इनटू बैंकिंग, सो आई मीन I am the main financial decision maker in my family. But in most of the cases, like if I look at my relatives also, कि ठीक है, okay, he knows everything. I don't get involved into it. So don't be under that mindset that it is not my cup of tea to take decisions about finances and all. And I think आजकल तो husbands रोकते भी नहीं हैं कि if you want to get involved, if you want to know. And I would advise, I mean, in case if you have not started discussing with the family, we will share the Excel on the group. हमें Excel हम कैसे share कर सकते हैं सबके साथ?
Already shared, ma'am.
Shared ना? तो even as a female, I would advise पहले आप अपना तो भरो. Maybe छोटा investment होगा आपके पास. Even if you're not working, maybe आपके savings account में या घर पे कितना रखा है, fill it and pass it on to your husband. Is saying that, see, I have filled up my details. Now you also fill up whatever details you are comfortable filling in. और जब लगेगा ना बेसिक चीजें है लाइक इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल हो गया, अपन बड़ी तो बातें ना भी करो कि आपके बैंक अकाउंट में कितना है, ये कहाँ है, बट छोटी चीजें भी अगर आप भर के दोगे, so even the husband will get delighted कि यार चलो ठीक है, now it is my wife is getting organized, so let me also take a step ahead and fill it up. And it can be the other way around. Someone has put it on the chat, PPF account. So, I mean, what is the query exactly about? Can you please elaborate? See, basically, PPF account is public provident fund account, wherein it's a very good instrument for tax saving up to 1.5 lakhs. You can put it per annum, which gives you tax rebate under Section 80C, and the rate of interest also better than a fixed deposit. And the best part about this investment is when you get the amount in maturity, it is tax free. So this is a simple thing. How to withdraw the amount without closing the account? Which account are you telling? Withdraw from PPF or without this, or from the savings account? So you have an option of unmuting and speak so that I can be clear about. From PPF account, there are certain rules which government decides, and it is available on the PPF if you search on Google also. So PPF, I guess up to there are certain rules. Even I am not sure. After 3 years, you get this percentage of amount, but then you need to go to the bank and give an application. So it is as per the slabs. 3rd year you get this much amount, 7th year this much. Otherwise, the entire maturity period is 15 years. So you can withdraw the entire amount 15 years. You have an option of extending the PPF account for another 5 years and then another 5 years. So overall 25 years if you want to extend it. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Amma, is there anything you see on the chat box which is unaddressed?
Guys, if there are any questions, you can ask, or otherwise we will move towards the end of the session. We are also reaching towards the end of the time as well. So last 10 minutes we have. If you want any questions, you can ask, or if you want, you can unmute yourself, turn on your video if you want, and you can share your feedback as well.
Someone has asked about fixed maturity plan and fixed deposit, which is a better option. So I am not the right person to guide you about this because it totally depends about your income, your goals and everything. So it's always better to consult your portfolio manager or someone, I mean, you can go to, because I was very clear, because I am not a this is not my profession. It's a part of my mission, just to make you aware that what are the things which are overlooked and which is very important in our day-to-day life. Thank you.
Anyone want to share their feedback on Zoom? Ma'am, there is a question for you by Siddhi. Please can you check in the chat box?
There's someone who has asked 15,000 scholarship I got, my age is 19. What do you think we should do to spend our money well and not to spend on fun? So basically control your instincts, control your impulsive buying behavior. So instead of spending on something which is unnecessary, maybe you can invest. You got this scholarship, you're just 19 years old. So maybe you can enroll for a certification or do something which is productive in life rather than spending it on fun activities. There is a direct question, which is better option? Okay, FMP and all this is done. Amma, is there something I missed out from the chats? So Siddhi, hope I have been able to address your query regarding the scholarship funds. Okay, thanks, Siddhi. So I think this is a good enough motivation for everyone to go back and at least gather your financial things at home and fill it up so that your family also gets to know. So thank you everyone for the positive feedback. It keeps me motivated as well. So anyone who would like to have sessions in their society or some organizations you are associated with, where or maybe some kind of women empowerment, you can contact Amay. We can have a number of sessions on this, maybe live sessions on filling up the Excel also. What do you say, Amay? I guess Amay is not there.
It's really nice, ma'am, to hear you. Actually, now I am quite motivated because at my home, everyone is organized regarding these financial things. But now I will at least start with it.
And I think if you fill up an Excel, ma'am, you are a working woman, and if you share with your family, they will be very much delighted.
Yes. They are continuously pushing me, but it's happening automatically. So I am very much lethargic about it because I don't want to get into it. But now it's very important. I realized it. So I'll at least start with it with the help of, as you said, portfolio manager. So let's see how it begins.
पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजर दैट इज वन थिंग, बट मैम जो हमारे पास है बेसिक, हमारा सैलरी है, हमको सेव करते हैं, वही सब चीजें भी हमारी ऑर्गेनाइज्ड ही, हमको एट टाइम्स हमको खुद को नहीं पता होता हमारा किधर किधर क्या क्या है.
Yes.
बिकॉज आजकल इतने सारे इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑप्शंस है, इतना सारा पॉलिसीज है, बैंक अकाउंट्स मल्टीपल हो गए हैं सबके पास.
And every time we need to depend on somebody, like give me this, give me that. So at least I will have my own documents and all this information.
Yes, right. So thank you, ma'am. I'm glad that you liked it.
Yes, it's very, very much required.
Thank you, ma'am.
And as rightly said, females are more not much alert about all these things, and they are just earning and spending it on shopping. That's my opinion.
मैम शॉपिंग से भी ज्यादा क्या होता है, हम लोग जब बीइंग अ फीमेल हम घर पे जाते हैं तो हमारे दिमाग में ये रहता है घर जाने के बाद ये करना ये करना ये करना है, पैसे तो आ ही जाएंगे, सैलरी आ जाएगी जब आ जाएगी, सो दैट वी कीप ऑन ओवरलुकिंग लॉट मेनी थिंग्स।
राइट।
तो ऐसा लगता है कि इतना क्यों झंझट में पड़ना है, बट वही है कि इट इज समथिंग विच इज अ पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ स्किल, एंड अभी बच्चों को भी बताना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी हो गया है।
Yes, yes. Ameya?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. I think the time is also reaching out. And if anyone still has any doubts, I think we can take last 5 minutes if ma'am permits, because with the conversation going on, a lot many questions keeps appearing. People feel more comfortable to ask the question. So for that only purpose, we are extending by just 5 more minutes. If you still have any questions, feel free to ask fast.
Thank you, Dr. Bhavna, for the wonderful feedback. So you have given your contact details and everything. Maybe you can contact with Amaya if you want to conduct more such sessions in your college as well.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Bhavna, ma'am, thank you so much for that wonderful feedback. And thank you so much all the participants who have shared their feedback in the chat box. We will share the links for the feedback soon. And I request you all to please share a detailed feedback about your experience, how you felt about this particular program, what all you learned. So this helps us in organizing more such programs in the future and help us to focus on what really matters and what is helpful to the participants. So please do share detailed feedback in 3 to 4 lines or at least 5-6 lines on the feedback link, which we will be sharing soon. And thank you for asking all the wonderful questions you guys have asked and being comfortable in asking those questions, because finance is a pretty critical topic and not everyone is always comfortable asking questions about personal finances. But I think ma'am made it very friendly and very approachable for us all, that you all felt very comfortable in asking those questions. And I see a lot many people realize that what they were missing. So it is a good thing, means we are able to create a positive impact by conducting these sessions. So I'm very thankful to Sonali ma'am, Akshada Kulkarni ma'am, Wafare sir, principal of MIT Arts Science and College, Commerce College. Thank you so much for being here and gracing this wonderful occasion and this program. I also again thank you MIT College of Arts, Science and Commerce for associating for this program, and we are really glad to have your association, and we hope that in the future more such programs will be conducted for all the students, faculty members as well as entrepreneurs. I think today not only teachers or students were there were many professionals, self-employed professionals, people who are doing jobs in corporates, and even entrepreneurs were there. So it is a very good thing. Thank you, Sonali ma'am, for catering to all these people and answering all their questions so beautifully and so wonderfully. So I thank Sonali Srivastava ma'am again for this wonderful talk, and Akshada ma'am and Wafari sir as well. By the way, before we go, I request Sonali ma'am to please, if you can share about Women of SkillSlate initiative. I believe some of the women from Pune has joined for this program as well. If you can share in brief about that initiative and what are our plans with the initiative and the next program, what we are planning, if you can share in short, I think it will be a good for everyone who are interested to join.
Yeah, actually, I think Amay contacted me almost just at the commencement of the pandemic thing. So we wanted to host a meeting at local levels initially, so that we can meet like-minded females who look for empowering themselves as well as other females also. So the basic objective is to form a community of women who can help each other You feel good meeting them, giving positivity to each other. At times, see, everyone thinks that they are independent, but then you require a moral support or motivation from other people. And maybe I know something which other people might not know. Like if I take example of Dr. Akshada Kulkarni, she's proficient in her profession. She knows a lot many things about computer applications, what all things can be done. And I am a computer illiterate. So you get to know many people from different areas. So you impart your experiences, share your experiences, and get to learn lot many things. And maybe it helps you professionally also through word of mouth. We can help each other. Uh, Passing on references. So the objective is upliftment, upskilling of ourselves and the female community. So Amay has shared the activities which we will be doing. Mr. Suresh Chandra has asked, try to arrange for the college students. Okay. I think sir is asking to conduct this student for.
And we can take the questions. Please continue with about the women of SkillSlate once we cover. Also tell about the program on Sunday, what we are planning, and after that we can take the remaining questions.
Yeah, so the activities which we will be having in this community would be networking, which is nowadays very important for any kind of business, or you want to grow personally or professionally. Then knowledge sharing, professional support to each other. We will have fun activities so that it doesn't look so boring that you're meeting here only for business. So even homemakers, everyone is welcome. You feel good meeting each other. Then we will have online meetups, offline also. So as per the situation, and then we can invite few people to speak about some knowledge sessions. So we'll have mentorship sessions. So like I am there, if someone in the community feels that they want to discuss something with me, so I'm always open. So it is like helping and growing each other. And then entrepreneurial support to each other. I might be skilled in something like someone wants to have their own startup, but now they don't know how to formulate the HR policies, what all things are required, what all certifications are on. Maybe I can help that person to incorporate the company and all. So there are a lot of people, which is useful, mutually useful to everyone. So coming Sunday on 20th of March, we had planned a first informal get together so that we get to know the different females from Women of SkillSlate. So this is the first meeting which we'll be having offline post pandemic. So I request all the females from Pune. It will be a wonderful platform for each other. So we have formed a different WhatsApp group. So those who want to join, Amay will send the WhatsApp group link. So you're most welcome to join. It will be, I think, going to be a wonderful get together.
Thank you so much, ma'am. As if any women are there who are joining from Pune, please let us know in the chat box. Our very own Akshada ma'am also lives in Pune, and I personally invite her on behalf of entire SkillSlate family for this small get together on Sunday, ma'am. Please, this is the first invitation we are giving out personally. So please be our first guest and please do join this
Yes,
networking session.
it would be my pleasure, Amia. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure, ma'am.
So guys, that's it. We are at the end of the program. If you have any questions,
I have a query. Those who are, one second.
Yeah,
Those
please.
who are on the WhatsApp group and those who want to have the Excel, because I'm getting a lot of personal messages on the chat box saying that there are many people who are not on the WhatsApp groups, but they want to have the Excel. So how do we address that?
Okay. Let me share my number. I'm sharing my number. Please message me on WhatsApp on this number 9158715200. All right, I will send you the Excel file. I will also email all the registered participants the Excel file so you can download it from the email, and I will reshare it again in all the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much, guys. If anyone wants to organize such programs, do reach out to me on WhatsApp and we can plan accordingly in the next session. Thank you again, Akshada ma'am. Thank you so much, Sonali ma'am. Thank you, MIT College. Thank you all the participants. And I look forward to meeting you all on Sunday. It will be a woman exclusive, so definitely I'm not going to be there. But our Sonali ma'am is going to be there on Sunday. So please do share it out among your women in contact who are from Pune, so we can have this little get together. Thank you so much. The certificate registration link is shared in the chat box. If you want to register, please do register. The certificates will be sent out after 2 to 3 days. Thank you so much all. Have a happy Sunday, and let's grow that money, manage it well, and make it double, triple, or 4 times or 5 times, but don't waste it at all and manage it well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Akshada ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good day.
Good day, everyone.